Unluckily, my audio did not record for the beginning, so I'm just gonna have to do this. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we are doing more parkour. But these are my hardest spots, so yeah, this is just I'm gonna show you the hardest spots I know. Anyways, let's get right into the video. Just go OSA, go bumper cars, go on theme park, and nobody's gonna get you. What you do is you go into this corner, and there should be no vault prompt except for right here. You just kind of walk around until it lets you place it, and you look. You just kind of try to get the vault prompts, and it'll just place you onto there. And what you do then is you just keep holding it. You kind of like move around. You get on that. You look this way, kind of in that general direction, and it should let you up. And then what you do is This is very difficult. It's not that difficult when you know how to do it. You just have to get yourself elevated and look this way, and boom, you're on this. Broken, very, very broken. And if you want, that's all you have to do. And you can get into these little things, just kind of hide in there. Very broken. If you want, you can get on there and then get on top of the truck, but that's a midair. And you know what? I'll just test it. It's a hard spot. It's one of those that are really difficult. Once you have that midair, you go up here. And if I'm correct, all you gotta do is get close to the side and walk. You don't run, you just walk, and you're on. And then all you have to do is follow the edge till it levitates you. And boom, now you're on this. Super broken. No other way to get on here. I don't know how you would use it in a normal game, but I guess you could normally use it against that, but there's not really a point. Next spot is very far on the opposite side of the map, but you need to hit a lot of mid-airs to get here. So I will say, normal hide and seek, you're not allowed to repel, and normally it's defenders versus attackers, which is why you can't repel, because attackers are hiders, and defenders are seekers. That way, you can go outside. And this is the most broken spot. I will say, if you feel tempted to, don't do it. You can repel on here, but I wouldn't recommend it if you're planning on doing hide and seek with it. What you do is you stand close to here, and you look just a little bit left of there, and it'll let you up. And what you do then is you have to stand close to the edge where if you walk forward, it's not going to let you move. And you just kind of look closer there, and you sprint, and just kind of hug the edge. And as you're hugging the edge and you're looking there, it'll let you vault. But it's a very difficult vault prompt. As long as you're holding the vault button, it should allow you up there very quick. And what you can do is you can go on there and try to run and crouch at the same time to get in there. But I say that's just too difficult. I think it's easier to just go like this. And once you're on here, you follow this, and then you get on just about halfway, not onto this white bar. And then you look, you want to, basically it should be kind of high and in the middle, and you can get on here. It is possible without a midair, but I want to say that it is very difficult. I think it's just easier with that extra power. Once you have that midair, you kind of go to that levitated spot. See this? You run at it, and then you just get on here. The vault prompt is all over this wall, so as long as you're looking at the wall and you're holding the button that lets you vault, you just immediately can get on there. And then from here, you can make the spot get harder. You can just get on there, on that camera. Or, if you want, and this, I have successfully done it 0 times. I'd say it's the hardest. I just want to try it. Okay, never mind. So what you would do is you would basically, once you get all the way over there, you get onto this when you have a midair. And you get onto his ear. And then you'd run straight for this corner. And once you're on that corner, you can vault onto there. And then if you were to hit a midair, to be honest, I think it's better to just hit in there. Because I do not know how you get on here. But you can get on here and you're almost unknifeable. It's really broken. And the only way to get there is up there. And the only way to get up there is through a very long course of, yeah, super annoying. One more spot I have for y'all, though. This one contains only one midair, so it's not that difficult. It's just the threading of the needle. It just takes a long time. It's a lot of walking in a line. So this is also something where you have to remember. Technically, if you were to do this with your friends, you need to remember if you're doing authentic hide and seek, you're not allowed to repel. So try to put your shoes in the defender's shoes. But what you need to do is pick Osa. Or maybe just have a teammate. I don't know. I think it's easier with Osa or Zami. What you do then is you can spawn alley and just climb up here. Anywhere's good. In the beginning, I'd say it's easier to just rappel up, but if you were to try to put yourself in the defender shoes, just go alley and run all the way over here. So it is a very long line. There is multiple ways to do this, and I just think this one is the easiest way to get here. But if you put it in the right, just the right spot, it's not too, yeah, look. So if you put it straight, then you can just get straight on. I'd recommend don't hit the midair until you're farther over, because if your character even falls a centimeter, your midair's gone. So I'd recommend just hold on to the midair for a little bit. Basically what you do is you get all the way to this corner over here. You can, if you want, if you hit a midair there, you can get onto that. And that's also very broken. You technically could get a kill with that, but I would say you might get banned because you're in a spot you should not be getting. So you hit your midair. It's very difficult. Sometimes you have to redo and go all the way back and all that. So basically what you do is you stay here, you levitate a bit, and you just run straight over here. Boom, you're here. Super easy. Once you're here, there's not much you can do. If you want, I've never successfully done it. I don't think you can. If you're able to hit him midair, you might be able to get on there. But without a midair, it's impossible. So, yeah, that's about all I have for this map. Since I have to wait a couple more minutes before I can even, I don't know, save my video. It's very simple. It's very easy. You can do it very easily. Basically, what you do is you hit a midair, and you can get onto here. Very easy. Very simple. There's no other way to get on here. But if you fall, then yeah, that's about it. You have to re-hit the whole midair because you can't get back up. And I'm figuring that out just now. Alright, well, while we're waiting, I have one more map that I want to show y'all. And it's actually, I'd say this one is the hardest, because for some reason, I have only been able to hit it on my dad's account. I have never hit it a single time on my own. And I don't know if it's because my sense is too high, but I just want you guys to try. Because if you guys can do it, good job. Because, my god, this is impossible. I have 2 spots on this one. First one is going to be easy, and I actually can get out of it fairly quickly. But it will allow you to see out of the map. I just want to show this to y'all really quick. What you do is you go all the way over here, and you can climb onto this by being kind of like on the side or something like that. I can't remember. You just hold the vault button there. So you have to be kind of almost like horizontal with it. And what you do from there is, I'd say it's probably easier to just do this, where you kind of hug the edge. You should get a vault prompt, and it should just push you up there. Or you can do what I did in Emerald Plains, where you try to do this with the car. I'd say this is way harder, but it is possible. And if you move yourself, you can't get out of the map with this, of course, but you can look outside of it, which is really cool. You can also get onto that car, but only by getting on this one and running straight and then doing that whole process of doing this. I don't think you can, just because of where it is. Yeah, no, it doesn't let you. But there's this one spot I want to show y'all, and if you hit it first try as a defender, good job. Because my god, this spot is so broken. What you do is when you're up here, you get onto here. And what you have to do is you have to run straight and then turn a little bit to your left to that. And it should be, if you hit it perfect and you're holding your vault button, you go on that and you can just go right through the wall. That's so broken. But so far, I have hit it 0 times on my own account. So, yeah, it's super broken. But just for one more time, because I was trying to do some stuff here. I want to show y'all just one more time. That way you guys have it in your head how to hit him midair. Basically what you do is when you're close to the edge, I like to have my pistol out, remember? You're close to the edge and you just go like that. And your character will fall a couple times, but only when he starts gliding, like your hands are in the air. That's when you have the midair. And that's what happens. So I do want to show y'all, I have one more spot. I just remembered it as I was going up here. If you get yourself just a little high while trying to get on that cone, and then you crouch, you're on the cone, and then you can, if you get yourself levitated, damn it. Okay, so when you're on here, what you have to do is hit in midair. I hit this first try last time. It is, okay, there we go. Hit the midair. And you get on this, it's super broken for some reason. And you walk close to here. And boom, now you're on here. You can get down there or you'll be stuck. And it's just really broken here. And there's one other spot I'd found with, you know, the guy that I've seen the most videos from and how I know all my parkour, Coconut Bra, of course. I should probably shout him out. That's why I know all the spots. You get onto this, and then you follow it. It's really peculiar. The hitbox on this railing is really small, so you have to be really slow with it. What you have to do, and if you want, you can hit the midair on that, and then try to not fall at all while trying to get onto this, which is very difficult. I've done it a couple times, but I will say it's not as easy as it sounds. What you do then is all you have to do is hit your midair. You have to move a little forward. I lost my midair. You have to always move a little forward when you're on things as small as this. Okay, I have it. What you have to do is try to stay as close to the middle as you can. And once you hit this spot, it should be a barrier. What you have to do is you have to... I lost it. So you can get onto there when you try to turn to the corner. You can get on there, and then you can get into that. And it's super broken, super difficult, and as you could tell, when I fell, I took 1,250 damage. Instant kill. So, per se, your friend was not running Doc. He would instantly die if you were doing a 1v1 in hide and seek. So, it is super broken. It's a spot that, if you mess it up, you're dead. Unless you're playing somebody that can revive himself. That's about all I have. So, yeah. Hopefully you can use those spots against your friends and all that. I'll see you guys in the next... Oh yeah, I just want to show you all this. That way, if you ever decide, oh, I want to try this, you can do this, and it can get you into some dumb spots. But if you hit yourself a little midair, and then you get next to a ledge like this, where the ledge is kind of hanging, and you just push yourself forward, then you can stand up and all of that, and all your friend has to do is hit a midair, and then they can get over here. They can't vault over that, I'm pretty certain. Although I'm not 100%. But yeah, it's pretty broken. You can do that in a bunch of other maps where the ledge is kind of like that. That's about all I have. Alright, what's up everybody? So it turns out that, yeah, I recorded this, but you remember the audio glitch? Well, it wasn't an audio glitch. It literally didn't record. So for some reason, PlayStation 5 is weird like that. You can't just start recording. So this was my hardest spot, and for some reason, it didn't reveal it. And this was also where I teach y'all how to do mid-airs. I personally like to have my pistol out, and I like it when my pistol's closer to the edge. Basically what you do is you make the game think you're falling. And what you'll do is it's only possible, normally it's easier, when the surface is straight like this. And what you'll do is it's more difficult on rocks and all that. What you do is you keep going left, or just right, left, left, right. It depends. And when you hit that midair, as you saw right there, my arms were flying. What you do then is to get into this spot, what you have to do is now hug to the edge and get onto this tire, and then like push yourself up, and the midair will then put you on top of this. It's not as hard as I thought it would be, but it's sometimes it's really annoying. So what you do is when you hit that midair, you go up, get onto the tire. Boom, look at that, I'm on. Then what you have to do is you have to... And you're on. I recommend you stand somewhere where it's a little elevated like this. You look kind of in the middle spot. And you hold. Didn't work! Ah! Sometimes that happens. And sadly, when I had recorded that first part, I did it first try. So I'm kind of mad that I lost that recording. I got it! Oh, let's go. Okay. I'm going to slow-mo that when I record that. So, yeah, once you're there, you just kind of have to stand in an elevated spot. I'm going to kind of guess what I did. So you stand in a spot that's elevated, but it's also, when you're running at the middle spot, that is also aligned with that. That way you run a little more forward. And that will cause you to get close enough where it'll allow you to do that. What you do from then is you can then follow this entire little wall to this, and it will confuse your friends because there's a tree in the way. So how would you get there? If you want, you can take your time if you are afraid to mess it up, and I kinda am because I got this far. It took me so long. So once you're there, you just kind of stand here, and boom, look at that. This is actually going to be the thumbnail because this is just so broken. But yeah, you're on top of that. That is so broken, and I'm taking a picture of that right now. Okay, I'm gonna wait 5 minutes.